Tom's gonna pull me in the guard. He has me tight in here, so he may be going for a choke at this point. If he's pulling me in, you know, I'm gonna obviously try to post him out, but if he has his legs tight, if he has these pulls in, even if my hands are here, there's only so far I can go. So I'm gonna pass out before I have a chance to break it or get my knees in or anything like that. So a lot of times I'll do the opposite. I'll put my weight into him and I will go for his choke, you know, and then I got pressure on him, He's gonna then push me back when he sees that happening because he doesn't want me choking him. He'll put pressure on my face or my head. He'll keep his head back, so even if I have a little bit of a choke, I can't quite get it behind his head, so he's in a good spot. But at least I've countered him choking me. But he still has control of me because I can't go forward, I can't go backwards. I'm in a kind of a neutral position here. So I'm gonna bring my hands back, I'm gonna grab his belt line or his belt, and I'm gonna take one hand, I'm gonna just pick my left hand in this case, I'm gonna put my elbow down. That'll open up the guard in many cases, and I put pressure here. Then I take this hand and I slide it under, put it on the mat, and a lot of times people will they'll start to lift up the leg or arm right away to stack. Tom's gonna counter that by going heavy leg, right? Because his leg and his hip and his body weight is gonna be heavier and stronger than my bicep curl here. Sometimes I can try to get the shoulder in a little bit and try to lift him up a little bit more, but then he'll put the foot in. So he's hooked his leg here on my inner thigh. So now even if I have my shoulder, I don't have my leverage point, and my arm is not strong enough to lift his leg, and even if it was, now I have to lift my own body weight. See, I'm lifting my own body weight and then turning me over, and he can turn me over from here. So I'm like, well, that's not gonna work. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sprawl back a little bit. I'm gonna take this hand here. I'm gonna slide the hand out just a little bit here. This elbow is gonna put pressure on his inner calf right up in here. So I was here, not working. He put the hook in. I go and grab here. I slide the elbow up, and I'm gonna put pressure here and create the pressure point. Elbow slides into here in the nerve area, so he's tapping. Right? People think, oh, it's hurting the knee. It's not actually hurting his knee or his inner thigh. It's hurting right up in here at the pressure point. Really, all I'm doing, even if I can't get this hand here, I slide the hand out a little bit, and I just put my elbow pressure down, and that's going to cause a lot of pain. If we show up from the other side, from the top, he has the hooks around the low waist. He's pulled. Here, I can't do anything. I can't punch him. I can't do anything. He's in a safe spot. And I realized, oh shoot, if it's a street fight, I can't punch him in the face, but oh, I can punch him in the jimmy. So he pulls me in. When he sees I'm doing that, he goes for the choke. If I have some type of collar, he's gonna do the collar choke for us. And I'm like, well, if he can do that, because we're in tight, I can do that to him also. So I can try reaching him, but he immediately pushes me back, right? And I can't get in here, right? And I can't really punch him here either. So this is a bad spot. Well, it's a neutral spot, not necessarily a bad spot. So I take my right hand this time, I grab his belt line, I put pressure elbow to inner thigh. A lot of times that alone creates enough pressure, and then I take my hand off the belt and I slide it down here to try to lower my body to scoop it up. Ideally I want my shoulders, but I may not get my shoulders right away. I may try to lift up right away, but he goes heavyweight, and then if there's space, he hooks the foot in. So he's hooked it in here. So no matter how strong I am, the worst that's gonna happen if I can even lift it up a little bit, I'm lifting my leg up too. And I'm gonna have to figure out a way to get this leg out. But instead of trying to figure out a way how to get this leg out, I'm simply gonna stand back, take my hands here, and leverage point it. So I'm pushing my elbow into his inner thigh. Or I'm here, I may keep him from sitting up by putting my hand here, and I just take this hand all the way, and I just put it on the floor, and I put pressure. So we're putting that sensitive spot there. So practice that.